Hi, and thank you for joining me on another episode of the Tech Exec Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Ben-Yosef, and our subject today is nudge, nudge. Wink, wink, maybe. I don't know if you know the Monty Python sketch. If not, you better look it up. I really enjoyed it if you're that sort of a geek. But let's talk about actual stuff related to you. This comes to me because in the past week, I've actually had 2 or 3 different people tell me essentially the same thing. Oh my God, I've finally made a decision, finally realized X, made a move, or I saw someone actually taking action, changing their behavior, trying something new. Why? All because they got a little nudge, nudge from yours truly. And this is also partially why I do this role, but that aside, this is what I believe is the magic of coaching. And this is what I hope to convey to you in the next 5 minutes or so. Human beings get some sort of a deeper connection with other human beings for a reason unknown, at least to me. I don't know if it's unknown in general, but I at least do not know why. But I've learned that this fact does exist, and I always try to leverage it. When other people are involved, we are more likely to listen. At least their LLMs are not replacing us yet. I don't care how much conversations you're having with your ChatGPT or Claude or whatever. Probably when it's nudging you to try something else, it is not as effective as a different person. And there's no doubt about that. I don't care what you're telling yourself. You can try it and see that it is always different. And therefore, a lot of the times what I see with people that I work with is that it's not as if I bring up any novel ideas. It's not that I'm supposed as the coach to know and have all the answers. Even when I do things in my advisory role, it does not mean that as an advisor, I'm supposed to know everything. A lot of the times the value comes from asking clarifying questions, becoming that accountability partner and helping people move forward, showing them that there's someone in their corner, being there, showing up regularly, having the ability to create the space where they can explore, say what they're worried about, try things out loud, and then decide about the next step. And those things compound, and very fast, people who have this inner drive can start iterating and get better. A lot of people in leadership roles, in senior tech positions, are not getting this coaching, do not have the space, and as a result, end up getting stuck or moving very slowly compared to what they have the ability to do. And therefore, 2 things you need to take away from this episode. First, when it comes to your people, just trust that if you show up, if you give them those little nudges, if you talk to them about the progress that they can make, you will see many make much more progress than you had seen before. These things work. I can attest to it, having done it with I don't know how many people across so many companies, so many countries, different types of companies, different sizes, different points in their careers. People who get this nudge, nudge, and maybe also a little wink, wink, move forward faster. They feel the accountability. They feel that there's someone there, and they start making progress. It's sometimes as simple as that. Yes, other times we need to craft the right questions and see how we nudge precisely right because you don't want to make them fall over. Yeah, it's not always that stupidly simple, but you'd be surprised how often it is. And also that by you starting to do these nudges, you also will get better. And even if you don't do this perfectly, there is very much a positive effect. Things start moving better. And therefore you, I think, need to start doing this if you're not doing it regularly. When it comes to giving people the right feedback, asking them the right questions, driving the conversation towards what are you going to be doing differently, what do you think you need to change, etc., and seeing what happens there. It's not as if everything we try together has to succeed, But if we keep trying, we're going to be accumulating more and more successes eventually. So we want to do these nudges. The second part is about you yourself. I want you to consider whether you are getting this access. And if not, of course, the easiest way is to check out my email in the show notes and contact me. But if you want to try different things, I highly recommend finding some peers, finding a mastermind group, an accountability partner, something like that, so you can get these nudges. Don't live inside your echo chamber and hope that this is going to be everything and good enough. You will not progress fast enough if you settle for that. For years, I had a friend who was an accountability partner, and even though we lived like 7 time zones apart in different continents, we would have a quick phone call every single workday for years. Those usually ended up taking less than 10 minutes, but still, we would hop on a call, ask each other these accountability questions to ensure that each one was making the proper progress, and we were moving forward that much faster. These things are not complicated. They don't require, it's not rocket science. You don't even have to have the other person be exactly like yourself. Like they don't also have to be a CTO if you're a CTO. And putting all that together can really push you forward. That's it for this week. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you haven't yet, do check out my newsletter where every week you're going to get this podcast, a video, an article, and some other free goodies. And I'll see you in the next episode. Ciao.